What's up, Skyhawks? Welcome back to the Skyhawk Talk. I'm your host, Catherine Sweeney, and today I am here with a junior pole vaulter on the women's track and field team here at Stonehill, Morgan Correia.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Welcome on. I'm excited.
Me too.
Well, first of all, congratulations, because literally just a couple hours ago during this interview or during this day, you got named first team or all NEC first team.
Yes.
Congrats.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's get right into things. You are in one of the most unique events in track. Do you think your personality matches pole vault?
I do. A lot of people, when they first meet me, think I'm very intimidating. Mm-hmm. And when you're watching pole vault, it's a very intimidating event to watch. It can be scary at times. But once you get to know me, there's a lot more to know, and it can be fun. And pole vault, once you get doing it and you start it, it's such a fun event to be in.
From someone who does not pole vault, it looks extremely scary.
It can be scary when you're doing it, but it's a lot of fun when you get it down.
Okay, I'll trust you on that. I'll leave you to that. So you won a dance-off at a Red Sox game? I need that entire story.
Yeah, well, the Red Sox are my favorite team ever. If anybody knows me, they know that.
Mm-hmm.
But I went to the Red Sox one day off Student 9 tickets, $9 tickets, best thing ever.
Love Student 9s.
Student 9s are the best. Then the camera was on me, and if I find a camera, I love it. I love a good camera. So I was just having the time of my life, and in the back of the video, my friends were trying to pull me away, but it was the best time of my life. And when you win them, actually, you win a $200 gift card to New Balance, and I got a free pair of sneakers.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So you're a natural dancer?
Sure.
Okay, we'll take that. All right, walk me through a day before a big meet.
Okay, so obviously classes, everybody knows that, but pre-meet practice, we all wear purple. That's our new thing this year. They're trying to bring it back, so we all wear purple to a pre-meet. And then after pre-meet, I'll get some treatment done at the trainers to try and loosen up my body. And then we have braid night in my room. So my roommate, the other pole vaulter, braids all of our hairs. And that's my big thing is my hair always has to be braided. And I usually do different styles every meet because I can never do the same one. And then so she does that. And then we'll get Texas Roadhouse for dinner, and I'll get a Caesar salad with steak, medium rare, always.
Do you eat the rolls, or is that a superstition you can't eat them?
No. I eat all the rolls.
Oh, okay, good.
We have to order extra baskets for all of us. So that's just our dinner. So it's nice and light, the salad part after the rolls. And then we come back to the room, and I do Normatex in our room, and then we go to bed. And we're up early the next morning to glitter our hair and use our bows.
I love that. I want to join you one day.
Okay.
At least to Texas Roadhouse.
Okay.
I haven't been in so long. Okay. I want to get into how you got into pole vaulting. So your coach basically came up to you and told you to try pole vault. What was your first reaction?
Well, I was a gymnast in high school. That was my main sport. So he would come to the gymnastics practices and be like, I want you gymnasts to pole vault. And even when I was vaulting, he would want all the freshman gymnasts to come and vault. So, but one of my friends at the time had done pole vaulting, and she told me you should try it. So I tried it, and honestly, it was fun. I'm better at my main sport or main event when I distract myself with other events like I do in track.
Okay, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Did gymnastics make the transition easier, or was it still a huge learning curve?
It made it a lot easier than if I had never done it before. The air awareness you need for pole vault and the body control definitely helped. But there was also a lot of things that were very different. In gymnastics, your feet always have to be pointed. So when my coach told me to plant, I pointed my foot, and he was like, that is absolutely the wrong way your foot should be going. So there's a lot of similarities, but also a lot of differences.
So that kind of goes into my next question, which was your first experience actually pole vaulting difficult, or what was that like?
So I actually pole vaulted into a sand pit.
Oh,
yeah.
A sand pit.
So he had us open up the long jump pit and honestly plant into the sand and then just jump.
Oh.
Rather than going into the box and the mats. So that's what I did. And it was fine. It was a nice way to get into it. But then the next practice we were going to the pits, and obviously in pole vault you're supposed to hold the pole, but I could never figure that out. So my whole first year of pole vaulting, I just pushed it the wrong way.
You pushed it the wrong way. Mm-hmm. You couldn't figure out how to hold it. How do you hold it?
You're supposed to hold it up like this and then plant like that.
Okay.
But I just held it like this and pushed up.
Oh. Well, at least you figured it out eventually.
Yeah, it took me a while, but I did.
Is the pole heavy?
No.
Really?
as it goes up in weight and length, it gets heavier, but the lighter poles are definitely not that heavy.
Oh, gotcha,
It kind of just depends. Like I'll use the guys' poles just to like mess around and I can't carry them. But
They're
my
that
poles,
much heavier?
I think so. Because like running with them and trying to like hold it steady is a lot different when they're heavier.
Yeah. At what point did you realize, okay, I'm actually good at this and I could do this in college?
I actually didn't. I was very set on doing gymnastics in college, whether it was like D3 or just club, because that's like my favorite sport ever, like to this day. And one day, like I started my sophomore year in like April, learned how to pole vault, went to the state championship, won that, and then I stopped pole vaulting.
Really?
Until my junior year, spring season, like April again. And then I started pole vaulting again and I PR'd a couple times. And then my coach was like, you should reach out to colleges. But I was still like set on doing gymnastics, but I was like, okay, like just have a backup plan. And that's what I did. And then Coach Schwartz reached out to me and now I'm here.
Wow. Interesting. So do you still compete or go to the gym at all for gymnastics or no?
I do. I'm not supposed to. I'm definitely not supposed to be doing that with injuries going on, but I do because I think it's how I get stronger. Like obviously we have team lifts and stuff, but I think gymnastics makes me stronger.
100%.
I don't go all the time though, just when I like really need to.
Yeah. So you had a pretty crazy surgery your freshman year. What happened?
Well, going back to gymnastics, like so much overuse and rolling of the ankles. I had my left ankle reconstructed, which is my takeoff foot for pole vault, so it's very necessary.
Yeah.
My ligaments were so stretched out from track and gymnastics, so I had to get it reconstructed, and now I have anchors in my ankle bone.
Anchors?
Mm-hmm.
Like actual
like plastic anchors that they like put into your bone with your ligaments. So now my ligaments back to normal and my ankle's fine.
Oh my goodness.
The recovery was definitely longer than it was supposed to be. I was in a boot longer than the normal time, but I'm back.
So how was that getting back into pole vaulting after that?
It was really hard, like especially having the surgery my freshman year, and even before the surgery I had a really difficult time. I mean, I got a concussion from walking down the stairs with Duffy.
What? How did you manage to do that?
I was in UGG slippers and I walked down the stairs and didn't realize there was another step and I slipped and hit my head on the concrete.
Oh my gosh.
So explaining that to my coach was a different story, but then I came back. I was out for like a month with the concussion, came back, then I had strep the week before our first meet, competed in our first meet, did so bad. Like the worst I've ever done in a pole vault meet. And then I was out the rest of the season. But like because of the whole preseason, I wasn't there. Like I didn't get to know anybody on the team. So it was kind of difficult. And then like, obviously I knew some people like the pole vaulters and stuff, but it was just really difficult because they were all seniors. So coming in and then having that huge surgery where I couldn't even walk around campus because I was on crutches, like it wasn't a fun time. But then coming back like my sophomore year, I actually lived with one of the girls in my grade. Not planned at whatsoever. So it was really awkward day one, like being like, we're teammates, but I don't know if you know that. But then we were like, fine, now we're like really close friends.
Wow. So you had a pretty rough start to college.
Yeah.
So do you think that like influenced or affected how you saw college at the time or the experience or no?
I definitely, in the nicest way, hated it here at first. But it was just hard because like all of my friends could go walk around campus, but I had my surgery in February. So it was when it was snowing. The scooter didn't really work well in the snow and neither did the crutches.
Oh, goodness.
So I was kind of just, I was at home for a while and then I came back and it was just hard.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Well, I want to ask you about choosing Stonehill in the first place. What stood out to you most about the environment and the coaching staff here?
The campus is beautiful, but actually a really funny story. The first time I ever came to campus was to meet with all the coaches and like, but the sprinting coach and the pole vault coach both couldn't be here. So it was just the cross country coaches. I love them. They're the best people ever. But when I came, we walked around campus. All the buildings were getting redone. Just wasn't like the campus was pretty, but it wasn't like a college tour I wanted to be on. So when we left, I told my mom I would never come here.
No way.
She still remembers that and she still tells me about it. But I was like, I will never come to Stonehill. But then I came back for my official visit because Coach Schwartz had asked me to come. I came back and I loved it. The team was just amazing. The coaches, all they want is for you to do your best. And it's just great.
So you really had a totally different, this is the first interview I've had that you were like, yeah, no, I was not going to go here.
I did not
first.
want to.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
But now you love it.
Now I love it.
Okay,
I
well-
couldn't go anywhere else.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
How important was the team? I know you said you loved the team. How important was that to you in making your decision?
I mean, being a gymnast, like, it's so, everything is on your own, even in track. Like, you're an individual athlete, but at the end of the day, you have a team around you that is there to support you and that is going to push you to be your best. And like in gymnastics, my team was so close. We did everything together. Like, no matter if you had a good meet, if you had a bad meet, they were always there. And like, that's all I wanted in track. And when I came on my official, I saw that on this team and I was like, yeah, this is where I want to be.
You belong there.
Yeah.
I love that. Looking back now, if it was a team or if it was something else, what made Stonehill the right choice for you?
I want to say the distance from home, but also like the community here. Like, the campus was pretty. I had friends that had come here and they absolutely loved it. So it was just like so nice to like have a place close to home that I also could stay here whenever I wanted.
I want to fast forward to this year in general. Okay. You won the NEC.
Yeah.
Which is insane. That's so
It was
huge.
insane.
Walk me through that day. What do you remember most about that moment?
Going in to that week, the seeds had come out. I was seeded 4th. So right off the podium, and coach and I both knew that if I could do what I've done in the past, I could podium. And my goal was just to podium. Like, rewind to last year's NECs, I was seeded 3rd and I came out in 7th. I had a horrible meet. I was so down on myself and I knew that I could do better. So then going into this year, I was like, I need to have an open mind and just trust myself. So I went into the meet. I actually missed my opening bar, which really stressed me out.
Oh my goodness.
Because misses are a lot in pole vault. Like, if you miss once, then like, especially at the earlier heights, then it really can get you at the end. But then my coach and I both decided to pass. And if you pass and then clear on the first bar at the next height, you're automatically in first place no matter how you've done.
Really?
So I passed and then cleared first attempt. So it was great. So I was in first from that point on until the end. But then I just kept clearing bars. I was in such like a headspace and I had so much adrenaline that I just kept going. And like having the only other pole vaulter on campus was right by my side, like cheering me on, screaming the whole entire time. And all the throwers were right on the other side of the track, like jumping up and down, like screaming. It was just the energy over at pole vault was insane. Usually it's not like that because pole vault is such a long event. Like, short sprints is so different. Like, it's at most like a minute race. People are always screaming for it. But like, pole vault is so long and like when you're on the runway, you can't scream. It has to be like silent. So when I was like clearing bars, it was just insane. And then it got to the point where I had taken the girl that came in second, passed. So she only had 2 attempts the next height because she took an attempt, passed, and had 2 attempts the next height. I cleared. Her coach wasn't expecting that. You can see it in the video. It's kind of funny. I cleared 345 and then we went to 350. She missed 2 heights and I cleared. No, rewind. I cleared 350 on my 3rd attempt and she wasn't expecting that. We went to 355 and she took her 2 misses and then I still had 1 more attempt. So it was like, if she cleared, I had another attempt, but if she didn't, I won.
Wow.
It was, the energy over there was insane. And I don't give coach hugs and he gave me a hug. It was crazy.
What did that win mean to you personally?
It just proved to me that I know I could do it. Like, I had such a rough time from my ankle surgery to other injuries. Like, it's just been a rough time. Like, the past year, we've still been trying to figure out an injury that's going on and we can't get an answer. So it was just so like nice to find out that I could do it. Like, it sucks being hurt and being taken out of your sport and being pulled back, but being able to prove to people that you can win and you can do those hard things is just like the best feeling ever.
So back to what you were saying about everyone was screaming for you and it was such a crazy environment. Your teammates seem like huge motivators for you. What makes this team so special?
They're just always there for you. If you have a bad meet, if you have a good meet, they're always there cheering you on. Like, I could, like last year, NECs, I had a horrible meet. And when people asked how I did, I would say not great. And they'll be like, it's okay, you'll get them next year. Like, everybody's always just so positive. Even when they're not having a great day, they're still trying to be positive just so our environment is so fun.
So it sounds very, very positive, but also like you can be yourself, and even if you have a hard day,
yeah,
you're like you know
if
what?
you have a hard day, go cry in the bathroom for a minute, come back and cheer on your teammates.
Yeah,
that's just how it goes.
That's so good.
Yeah.
How would you describe the vibe of the track team?
It's very loose and fun. Like, even though we're all so competitive and we're all there to compete for ourselves, the team is just so fun. Like on the track, we're competitive. We're attacking the runway, the field, wherever you're at. And then like off the track, we're all just so fun and love to just hang out and have fun.
That's awesome. How long do your practices usually take?
It depends on the day. If we're jumping, it could be from 2 to 3 hours. If we're just doing like a shakeout, it's like a 45-minute practice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What do you prefer, pole vaulting outside or inside?
Inside.
Really?
The weather in New England is not fun to pole vault outside.
Very true.
We just had a meet last week. I luckily did not go, but the girls were jumping in long sleeves, pants, and were shivering.
Oh my gosh. Those poor girls. Oh God. Well, pole vaulting itself is such a mental event. How much of it is physical versus mental?
I say it's 50-50.
Okay.
Like, if I'm physically not ready to jump, I'm so mental. But if I'm having a mental day, then I take it like so physically and I try to attack the runway, but sometimes it just doesn't go my way.
Is there fear involved or not? How do you deal
Absolutely.
with that?
It's so scary sometimes. Like, I had not a great practice last week where it's just so terrifying to be on the runway some days, like flinging yourself in the air. Like when your body doesn't feel 100%, it's so scary to do that.
I bet. How do you deal with that? How do you get through that fear?
Talk to my teammates, like, or to my parents, like somebody that just will listen to me and understand. I don't know. It just gets so scary that like, or sometimes I just sit there and like deal with it and I get back out there the next week.
And you're totally fine.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. I would be scared.
Last week I had a horrible practice and today I jumped way better than I expected. So
it's just every day.
It kind of depends on and it was so cold last week. Today was nice out. Like I think it kind of depends on the weather.
Yeah.
With how my body's going to feel.
For sure. Well, I would be scared. That's for sure. You're jumping pretty high with that pole. What goes on through your head right before you take off?
I'm always just talking to myself at the end of the runway, being like, you can do this, you got this, just like taking deep breaths because I'm so mental and I get so nervous that I need to just take it all out of me.
What's the hardest part about pole vaulting that people might not realize?
I feel like the mentality.
Yeah.
Like that's like the scariest part for me.
Not the jumping part, just getting through that mental block?
Getting through the mental block and taking off.
I bet.
Like once I take off, I'll figure it out.
Okay, I want to move on towards life outside sports.
Okay.
You're studying early education and psychology.
Yes.
So you want to be a teacher?
Uh-huh.
What made you want to be a teacher? How'd you get into that?
So my high school gymnastics coach is a kindergarten teacher, and I was always in her classroom, whether it was like for reading days or just to like hang out, and I absolutely love the environment. And like now in my practicum, I love it. Like I love being in the classroom. I love being with the little kids, and like I'm also a gymnastics coach, so coaching all the little kiddos, like it's just like the best feeling in the world.
So you're kind of drawn towards that natural like teaching leadership
Yeah,
role.
and like when they like get a new skill or learn how to like write their name, like it just makes me so happy seeing their reactions.
Do you see any connection between being a teacher and being an athlete?
Kind of, but I think it's more the psychology part in being an athlete. Like it's very brain, mental, psychological. My coach was a psych major, so
Really?
Yeah.
Have your psych classes helped you understand being an athlete or approaching pole vaulting and getting over that fear more? Or?
just kind of understanding how the brain works.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's very interesting.
it is.
What do you enjoy more, being on the track or doing something like gymnastics on your own time?
Gymnastics on my own time. Like I said, like getting out of like even at track practice, my coach will have me go and high jump one day or go and hurdle just to get my mind off of pole vault because that's what helps me and my mentality is just getting off of it. So like going to the gym and doing open gym for an hour is just like the best feeling to stop thinking about pole vault.
What's your favorite thing to do in gymnastics?
When I was competing, it was beam and bars, but now it's just bars or floor.
How do you think you've grown since coming to Stonehill?
Definitely managing my time between academics and athletics. Being in high school, it was very like you're in school, then you're doing sports. But now it's like class, practice, class, lift. Like it's very all intertwined. And like I've learned to like manage my mentality and like everything like that and like all my challenges, even when things aren't going perfectly.
What has pole vault taught you about yourself?
That I have some discipline. Like being disciplined is so hard being a student athlete and being like in an event like pole vault where it's not just doing the same thing every day. It's like you have to sprint, you have to jump, you have to we're doing handstands half the time. Like, it's just a whole bunch of random stuff, but like being disciplined to get it all done and kind of understand.
What goals are you working towards right now? I know you just won the NEC and you got first team. So what are you working on now?
Definitely another NEC title for outdoor, but also a team title. We were like seeded second, got second. We got second last year at indoors. Like, we just want the title. That's what we want.
You're so close. You guys can totally do it.
It's our goal.
Very nice. What are you most excited for in the rest of your college career?
Graduating.
Valid.
And coming back and getting my master's and using my last year of eligibility.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You're going to be sad when you graduate, trust me. I only have a month left. Anyways, my last question for you is, what is one piece of advice you would want to give your freshman year self?
Keep pushing through. No matter how hard things can get, there's always a way up at the end. Like, I was so down in the trenches my freshman year, but coming back my sophomore year with a huge PR at my first meet, it was just like the best feeling ever.
So keep pushing.
Keep pushing. Keep doing it. Keep swimming.
Keep swimming.
Keep swimming.
And flying in the air.
And flying in the air.
Well, Morgan, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And thank you guys for watching. We will see you in the next one.